Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Santa Banks, and you are watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Joining me, as always, are my co-hosts from the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks podcast, Rebellious D and Terrific Trav. How you fellas doing today?
Ready to rock?
I'm ready to rock too. And joining us is a former guest that we had on the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks podcast, professional voice actor, Mrs. Cedric L. Williams. Cedric, thank you for joining us again on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.
Glad to be here. Thank you for bringing me on.
You're welcome, man. And today we are doing a review for the season finale of Chucky. I know we missed you guys last week because it was the holidays. The Great Turkey War came and it passed, and we all made it through. And, we had to do a big for the season finale. And then Cedric, when we had him up here on our podcast, he said he was a huge Chucky fan. So it's like, what way to end our Chucky reviews than having him join us. So before we get into today's review, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And D, like you say always,
podcast in the description. Like, follow, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching.
All right, awesome. So let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said, I know we didn't do a review last week. Just a brief summary of what happened. Chucky and Tiff, they were about to release an army of Chuckies, and they caught everybody. Junior, he's going down the path of the dark side. Anakin. We are at the season finale, and what a good way to wrap up the season. You know what I'm saying? I thought that it was sweet. We finally got that fight between Jake and Chucky. That's right. I was talking with D about this earlier about how the army of Chuckies, because they're like children, they're innocent compared to the murderer Chucky that we know. But before we get into the season finale review, Cedric, since this is your first time joining us up here, like, what were your thoughts on the Chucky series as a whole?
Okay, so the first couple episodes, I think from like episode 1 to 4, it was good. I thought it was its own contained story. I was not expecting it to be a continuation from Cult of Chucky, which I didn't feel strong about. And then then when it got to like the hospital episodes, I noticed the quality kind of diminished a little bit. Like the acting was like when the dude was getting like stabbed by the syringes.
We brought that up, man.
Party City effects.
Yeah, and then I felt like they kind of had to tone down the deaths a little bit because it's for TV. And then like when Tiffany showed up and then like the colder Chucky stuff happened, I'm like, okay, so this is a continuation. Okay. Then it got better towards like the last 3 episodes. But then I liked that. I liked that it was a callback to the previous, bring Andy back in there, bringing back his sister from the I think it was the second movie. And it was really cool. Like, definitely if you're a Chucky fan, like, you're gonna feel a lot of things. Like, you're gonna be like, oh wow, cool. It shows his origin, which we've never seen before. We find out that Tiffany is the one who called the police on him. We thought she just showed up in Bride of Chucky, but she's been there this whole time. So I really enjoyed it. I will say in the finale though, when Jake is fighting Chucky, some of his lines look corny.
Man.
For sure.
I want to piggyback off of what you were saying when you had mentioned the acting. Like, that's something that we've talked about before, only with the children actors, where it's like sometimes it's like the acting can kind of be stiff. Like when Jake screamed out for Chucky, and then it's just like it's like the scream was there, but his facial expression, it didn't match the intensity that I was looking for. It's like, this is like the final battle, and he just screamed Chucky, and he just looked calm. I'm just like, bro, like, this dude, he killed your dad. My
favorite part was when he was like, I don't need a knife. I just need my bare hands.
Yeah.
That's right. That's close, Cedric, because my favorite line, probably that killed it for me, was, watch your effing mouth. That's my boyfriend you're talking about.
That was so corny. Why do you have to say it like that?
I was like, yes, get him, Jake.
That's the thing, though. The whole thing is corny. Like, you could chalk up the whole thing. It's super 80s, bro. Like,
I think they did it on purpose.
When he they totally did it on purpose. That's his style. When they pushed the male thing into the mom and she fell, all she had to do was move out of the way. And B, all she had to do was put out her arm and would have stopped the damn mail thing.
Yeah.
Like this thing wasn't
No.
going 200 miles an hour to get her. And then of course there would have been cameras in there, and they would have seen the doll do this. And
there
it
are
been
no
suicide.
cameras.
There are no cameras in this rich
that's what I'm
neighborhood.
saying.
Yeah, no
You
cameras.
really can't dive too deep into this.
But
into
I do
Chucky.
do
it's
like the
stupid from
explanation.
get-go.
Explanation finally of him saying like that it was the voodoo that gave him the power, because I know he says the line where I bet you're wondering how dog got so strong. And I remember I referenced how he kills the baby in the first Child's Play. He hits her with a toy hammer. And she just flies across the room like he's still a grown man, basically. And I like that explanation, to be honest.
So
give me something.
So
Yeah.
I mean, you can kind of compare it to like Ant-Man and the
I was
Atom.
just about to say that.
Yeah,
Yep.
where it's like, they shrink down, but it's like they still have the same strength
Yep.
if they
Mhm.
were,
Right.
normal size. So
Yeah.
like
And he
that's
still got his
something-
body parts like on the inside.
Yeah, he had to give us something, because it didn't
Mhm.
really. It's just really weird.
Hey, well, I mean, just like him being a man, I mean, just like Tiffany said, he still got the same parts that he had when.
Hey,
he
but,
was a
hey,
man.
but what she say at the end of this one? She said, "Man, she said he tiny."
She
Called my
came
man
after him.
out. I was like, "Damn,
Mm-mm.
she hit him where it hurt."
Yeah, she was getting him, man. And
Yeah.
I love Tiffany. I love Trish. Something that I had picked up on was when Chucky, when he was in Nika's body, and he was just like, "I'll just kill you again." And it foreshadows when we get to the end of the episode and we see the Trish doll. And I'm just like, well, I'm assuming that she's able to do the same thing that Chucky can do, where it's like she put her soul into a bunch of Trish dolls, and like that's the reason why we see Trish again. Because I wasn't expecting to see Trish again. I know that she kept the doll in Seed of Chucky, like that was the last time we saw it. So it was a nice callback to see Trish come back. But I do hope that that the same kids like Jake and them, I hope that they don't appear in season 2. But I mean, I know in the not after credits, like behind the scenes, like the director creator, he said that he wants to keep on working with them, so they're going to be back. But it's like, I just like that it's like Andy and Trish, they're going somewhere else. Like I would like for them to just take it on the road and introduce new characters. But it seems like we're just going to have these kids trying to hunt Chucky down. They're going to be like Sam and Dean. Trav, what do you think about all of that?
What did you say about Dawn saying he wanted to keep working with who?
He said he wants to keep on working with the kids because he said it's like they're like a family. So
yeah.
I know me and Dee had mentioned earlier that we were hoping that they would just hit the road and go somewhere else and introduce new characters. But I remember in the behind the scenes thing, he said that he wants to keep on using the kids. So like, what are your thoughts on them going to a new area and them still using the same kids in season 2?
Well, first off, I like how you brought up Junior going to the dark side, because when him and Lexi met at the show, she said, "You walking down a path I can't follow, Anakin." So Anakin, that's right. My man went Darth Vader on him. So
I guess that makes his mom Mace Windu.
That's right.
Right.
Said he had sent her right out the window.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what season 2 does. Like you said, he hit the road with the dolls. I don't know what's going to happen with Andy and Tiffany. I don't know what's going to happen with the kids. I'm sure there's another Chucky doll hanging around town. So,
of course. Hey, you saw he was at the fireplace.
Guys, this could get real messy with the whole Tiffany's doing the same thing we did in the first season. They got to be careful with this whole body swap and stuff, or this show can get real messy quick. I'm not a fan of that, to be honest.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't really feeling Coda Chucky, and so like that's why like when I saw this at first, I thought it was like a reboot. It was like getting rid of everything, and then it brought it back. I'm like, oh, okay, what are they gonna do with it? I don't know where they're gonna go from this. Like, are they just gonna keep on like adding I guess it's so you can never actually kill him. Like he keeps coming back. He has so many different, they're trying to make him like a Jason or a Michael Myers, where like he keeps coming back.
I don't want it to be predictable.
Yeah.
In a way, it was like he's using this show to answer a bunch of questions that people probably been asking for years.
Yeah.
Like I said about where does he get all this power from? And here it is. What is it? 25 years after Child's Play came out or something like that now?
My cosplay was
Somewhere
it was
in there.
1988. So
Oh, even further back, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, about 30 years after. You know what I mean? And it's just like he's just using this to like explain the things that he probably should have explained years ago.
mhm. No, now
Yeah.
Stan, I want to. Oh, go ahead. What were you about to say?
I thought it was trippy that, like, when they showed the younger versions of Chucky and Tiff, like
Mhm.
they
Yeah.
had Jennifer Tilly and Brad Dourif dub over them. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
how?
Yeah, well, that's
That
his
was-
daughter. So that was Fiona Dourif playing her
No.
father.
No. What Cedric is saying is how when they have the younger versions.
Oh yeah.
The voices
Yeah,
are dope.
like they dubbed over the voice, but I'm saying I thought it was cool that Fiona played her dad.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, that was dope too. Yeah.
Pretty sick.
So I knew she was gonna come back eventually. Then like Tiffany cuts her legs off and arms
Yeah,
off.
that was wild. I don't feel like that was
Necessary.
I felt that was doing Mika dirty. She has no redemption now whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like
But you got to remember, Chucky's still in her body, so like that's
But
the
it's
reason
still-
why she did it.
well, it's a problem for me though, because Chucky doesn't have total control. So the person fighting for her body right now is just like it's obsolete. Like, what are we gonna have her body switch somebody
Bro, they're gonna
else?
turn her into cyborg.
Yeah, I hope so.
See, for
Maybe
me,
Deathstroke or something.
bro, this is just mindless entertainment.
Yeah.
Like I said, the whole story's stupid anyways. So anything they do in this, I could really care less.
Well-
It can go completely off the radar, bro, and I'm fine with it because I just view it as mindless entertainment, and I don't pay too much stock into it making sense because it makes no sense. And I like how they had the what was it, Voodoo for Dummy books and stuff like
Yeah,
that, and he had like
the running
cassette
joke.
tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Now,
funny.
Something I
I
wanted
just
to. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Max. No, I just wanted to say I kind of disagree because like, what's the purpose of building Mika up and having her be this character with a background and stuff for her to just like get a Saw ending? You know what I mean? It's just like, what are we doing? So
Oh yeah.
I mean, just kill the body off in that case. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like, why is she keeping her around? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I feel
What
like
is
it's one of
this?
those things because it's like Chucky's in her body, and it's how women can be. You know what I'm saying? What did they say? Is nothing's worse than a woman scorned. So I mean, like maybe that's one.
Hell
of those
have
things
no
because-
fury.
Yeah, because Chucky, he wanted to kill her. He was just like, I don't need you anymore after everything that they've been through. But at the same time, I mean, she did call the cops on him to have him arrested. So I did like that tie-in. But I wanted to bring up how Don, he was talking about dang, what did he say? I had a brain fart because D, when you had said something,
Sorry.
Travis say something.
Something.
I was like, I had a brain fart. I'm trying to remember
What you got to
I was-
say about Dawn?
I'm trying to remember, man. Cedric, what are you looking forward to season 2? It's gonna come back to me.
Yeah, well,
I really want them to bring back their child, Chucky and Tiffany's child. I want to see what happens to them. They provided the dynamite in the last episode.
Mhm.
What's the dynamite? Yeah, or like he said, Tiffany was like, "I got this from my darling Glenda." So it was referenced. So I would like to
Right,
see
yeah.
that character return. I don't know if it was the dynamite or something. Yeah,
Like the
the
bomb.
C4.
laser
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, what?
I want to
Yeah, that tripped me
see. I don't know. I kind of want to see these kids again. Like it's like not forever, but just like a new group that will experience Chucky for the first time. Just a hunt for him, just to kill him and track him down. I feel it's gonna be. I don't know how that they're gonna make that interesting. Because the fun thing about Chucky is when he's in a new setting, people, it takes a while for people to catch on that he is alive,
Yeah.
and that's the fun of it. And then eventually he finds a new victim. But now we know that his motivation has always been to get an innocent kid to kill so he can transfer his body into other Chucky dolls. That's what he was trying to do with Andy, I guess, throughout his whole thing. But we didn't know that till this show.
Well, originally he was just trying to take Andy's body. So
Yeah,
this
Okay,
definitely
supposed to
isn't
be
something
stuck.
from the first movie on.
Yeah.
It came about at some point in the series, just not sure exactly when. I'm
'Cause I think-
assuming Bride of Chucky is
What-
when.
Yeah, because he was trying to take over the dude because they was trying to put Tiffany and the other girl
Yeah,
so
they
that way
did
that they
the-
could have the bodies and stuff like that so they can go on the run. But
Yeah.
yeah, I would definitely love to see the kids make a return. Definitely they would be teenagers at this point now. And I wonder if Glenn, if he's still, you know, a positive person, like a person that doesn't like violence and trying to kill, or that he turned to the dark side. You know what I'm saying? It would be interesting to see him being like, hey, I'm joining up with you guys because I need to stop my dad. You know, he's been on a reign of terror for too long. But I mean, he probably doesn't even know that his dad is even still alive, because remember, in Cedar Chucky, they thought that Chucky was dead.
Yeah. Also, did you notice they killed our man in 2 different Chucky
That's what I was going to bring up, Trav.
I was 2 different characters, bro. What? They killed this man twice.
I was going to bring that up after you know, you guys all said what you were looking forward for season 2, but in the behind the scenes thing, that's what Don was talking about. He said that, you know, he killed him twice, and he enjoys killing this guy. So I mean, it's a possibility that he can be in season 2 as another character. You know, I mean, I can't think what movie or TV show. The Flash, where you had your boy Harrison Wells keep coming back as somebody different. Sherlock that's Wells. But D, like, what are you expecting for season 2?
One thing I'm going to be interested to see is if they bring other survivors from other movies back, kind of what they did with Cobra Kai, basically.
Oh yeah,
because you have like the little kid he was trying to take in 3
from the army base.
Yep. Then you had obviously the random couples from like Bride and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do with this and how many characters they're going to try and reuse. Also, I think what end up may happening is Andy might flip that truck over and the Chuckies might get away or something, and they have to track them down. Because nothing else. What are they going to go hand them out to kids or something? Like, where are we going? Because she's still a doll right now. Yeah. So do you think she's working with Jennifer Tilly still? Like, you know, you mentioned her splitting her soul. Do you think she's just going to drive them back to?
Well, it's like, because remember, she put her soul in Jennifer Tilly's body. So
yes. So she can be herself, basically.
So it's still Tiffany's soul, but she's putting it in other Tiffany dolls or Trish dolls. I can't remember what they're called. But yeah.
Well, it's weird because now do you think that she's going to have the conflict that Chucky had when he split his soul? Like how Mika can kind of take control back every once in a while? Like, why is she not experiencing that?
I mean, that would be interesting.
It's just getting weird. I mean, so
that's what I say. That's why I don't put all this thought into it, bro. Because then you just start asking all these questions.
It's Chucky, what if? That's what we need to call season 2. Chucky, what if?
But Trav, like, what are you looking forward to in season 2?
More mayhem, dude. I mean,
the kills gotta go up for me.
Yeah, what's it called?
You gotta get better with those. Ugh.
I got a feeling it's not going to be on USA next season. I think it's just going to be strictly on Sci-Fi, personally.
I don't know.
And if it is, I hope it gets, you know, we got some cussing. We've had some doll sex. You know, we've had some kind of cool kills, some kind of not cool kills. So I'm hoping the kills get weirder. That's what I'm looking for. Weirder kills.
I get what you're saying. Definitely have to be better than the syringe kill, because like that was my worst.
I like the syringe kill.
I wasn't a fan of that. I thought it was
super
dumb.
80s.
It was dumb.
Super 80s.
It was dumb. But no, you know, for me, for season 2, you know, I do want to see some better kills. I want to see new characters. I want to see the kids return. Chucky and Tiffany's kids, I want to see them make a return. And I hope that we get new characters where it's like the focus isn't on Jake and Devin and Lexi trying to save the day. And also, too, I want to know what's going on with Lexi's sister and with her mom, because I know in the behind the scenes thing, it's like her mom is still alive. We just don't ever see her again at the end of the season. So that's what I'm looking forward to, and seeing what's going on, because it's like these people saw Chucky, and I know that the kids said that nobody's ever going to believe them, but it's like you have all these people in the movie theater. Oh, well, that's right. They didn't see Chucky. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's that.
And they don't have a lot of grieving in this show. This chick done lost her ex-boyfriend and dad in the same night, and she ain't say nothing about her dad, bro.
She didn't even know.
Devin lost his mother, and he was sad for a second, and then
he was like, I gotta live with my aunt. She can't take care of me forever.
Like,
I gotta go to a home. Like, why can't your aunt take care of you?
The only time I saw someone sad for a long period of time was when Jake thought that Devin died in the house. Like,
Yeah,
he had good tears coming down his eyes. Other than that, there was no one who was sad for a long period of time. Like, the little girl, even when her dad was like, "Where's Daddy?
Yep.
What happened to Daddy?" I'm like, well, he just got stabbed right next to you. That's what happened to him. I will say, though, what I like about this show is Chucky has been the most bold that he's ever been. Like, he's usually more stealthy, but starting from the talent show when he was a ventriloquist act, that's the first time he's ever done anything like that, where he talked to a bunch of people like that. Him going trick-or-treating wearing a Hello Kitty mask. Like, he's never done anything. He's more stealthy than that.
Yeah, that was
so I like how he's taking more risk.
Yeah. So to wrap this thing up, Cedric, I'll start with you first. What is your rating for the season finale, and what is your rating for Chucky season 1 overall?
Okay. Rating for the season finale. Due to it being a surprise, minus the kind of questionable acting, I give it...
The acting's so bad.
I give it an 8.
Okay.
And then the overall season, I give it a 7.
Okay. All right, nice. Trav, what about you?
Look, bro, I'm rating it on a scale of Chuckiness. All right, so that's where my rating's coming from as far as a Chucky franchise. And I give the season finale a 10 out of 10, and I'm giving the series a 10 out of 10. I know our boy said ain't really like Cold of Chucky, but I loved it. And I love that they're continuing all this crazy stuff, and it's so stupid and makes no sense, but I don't care because it's so much fun to watch, bro.
Said, just to let you know, Trav said that he was waiting for you to come up here tonight because he wanted to let you know. Because remember when we brought you on for the interview,
I hadn't seen it yet.
He hadn't seen it, so he was just like, he wanted to make sure he let you know. He wanted to come to your face like a man. He like bird man.
Jesus.
I want to see you next to the window and let you know.
Like, hey, say like I'm just a voice actor. I'm the voiceover guy. Like, you know, there's a few places I could have rolled up on you, but D, final rating for the season finale and rating for season 1 overall.
Let me give it a 7 and a 7. I wasn't really a fan of some of the kills throughout the show. I thought they were kind of cheesy. Not a fan of the ending act when you had your boy saying "watch your mouth," you know, and then they snatched Andy up. Andy's the man. I didn't care for that much. But one other thing I'm looking forward to going into season 2 is I'd like to see a cameo from Mike Norris too. He was pretty sweet in the original Child's Play. I don't know why. He should have, I mean, you would think he'd stay on the case, but, you know, be like a recluse, always keeping track of it.
Like a private eye now.
Yeah, like, you know, he knows. Why would he not? He was a well-respected detective. So I would love to see him come back if they could get him, if he's still with us. Yeah, that's all I got.
Nice. For me, I'll give the season finale a 7. I'll give the series overall, I'll give it a 8 because I really did enjoy it. I enjoyed the flashbacks to, you know, certain stuff. I do have a feeling too in season 2 that we may see the original killer who inspired Chucky to become a killer, because that we never knew what happened to that guy. We just see him walk down the street and that's it. So it would be cool to see that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to season 2. I enjoyed this. Thank you, everybody, for watching our Chucky reviews. We appreciate you tuning in and checking them out every week. Cedric, thank you so much for joining us on our season finale review. Let everybody know that's watching, before you can tell them where they can find you at in social media land, what are some of your projects that you can talk about that are coming out soon?
Okay. Frenzy Space. It's going to be an animated series, 52 episodes. I don't know what platform it's going to be on yet, but it's definitely coming out next year. It's about 3 kids. They go into outer space and they make friends with aliens on different planets. Got another cartoon called Gil Next Door. Kind of has like a Rocko's Modern Life, like SpongeBob style to it. I play Gil.
Rocco.
He's a frog and he has a tadpole brother, and they go on many crazy adventures. And that's all I can talk about for now. But I got a few anime roles coming out, and I have even more cartoons coming out. Some big things happening. Really grateful, truly blessed.
Awesome. Hey,
yeah.
You know the boys here leveling up with Banks. We're gonna support you because up here. We're like Olive Garden, and we are here, your family. So, Cedric, thank you again for joining us. Let everybody in social media land know where they can find you at.
Find me on Instagram at Cedric L Williams. That's CEDRICLWILLIAMS. You can catch me on Twitter, twitter.com/CedWilliamsJr. That's CEDWILLIAMSJR. I even have a TikTok. TikTok/Cedric L Williams. And yeah. Oh, and I have a website now, CedricLWilliams.com.
That's right.
Nice. He leveled
Combo
up.
breaker.
He leveled up, man. I love it. I love it. Trav, let them know where they can find you at.
That's right. You can find me on the Instagram at Cedric L. Oh, my bad. You can find me on the Instagram at ZK Audio. You can find me on the Twitter at TRAVIOSZK, where I'm also on Letterboxd ranking and rating my daily movie watches. D, where they gonna find my man at Next to the Charizard.
And you can find me.
Dragon Knight, my bad.
Whoa, easy.
Dang, Trav.
Easy.
First you called yourself Cedric, and now you call him Charles.
Get this guy some milk. And you can find me at rebellious_D23 at Instagram.com. Thanks. Hey, Chucky's still on the run, bro. It ain't over yet.
And that's saying it to you.
Hey, Andy need a hero. Hey, Santa Banks. Andy need a hero now.
Hey,
where he gonna find you at?
Me and Rondell, the red-nosed reindeer, are gonna come and save the day. And you can find me a hero, Santa Banks, at @KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you again, everybody, for watching our reviews. Make sure you check out some more of our reviews, interviews, and reaction videos. Check out our interview with Cedric. It is here on the channel. And make sure that you like and share that so other people can watch it. Keep that pinky up. Stay positive. Get ready for the Great Gingerbread War. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.